Tutors and tuition managers, why do you do what you do? Is it because you want to help students that are struggling? Because you're good at it? To make a living? To make a difference? Or maybe you want to be the rock stars of the education world, pushing the envelope? Well, yes, to all of those things. But why do you do what you do? Why is there a need? Because we're working within a system that hasn't been fit for purpose for a long time. It's steadily degrading, and it hasn't produced excellence in decades. And it's not even about excellence, because there will always be exceptions to that rule. It's actually about engagement. The events of the last 4 years have exposed the school system for the problems and the fraud that it has, pushing parents to pull their children out in vast numbers. Now, I was actually really surprised by this. When you look at how many homeschool students we had in the UK back in 2019, there were 55,000. I actually thought that was quite a big number, but over the last 5 years, that number has trebled. In fact, more than trebled. We now have over 180,000 homeschooled students. And that's not even accounting for all the students that are still struggling within the education system. Now, the effects of lockdown are still being felt, and they will be felt for many years to come. Not only that, but we've got a new government coming in. Now, I'm not trying to get political here. We just have to look at the facts. They have announced that they're going to be introducing VAT for private schools. Now, that's going to mean great changes for those who are thinking about going in private school, or for those who are already in the private school system. VAT was supposed to be introduced at some point, but now we know it's coming in January 2025. And that will also be retrospectively added to anyone who's already paid school fees for the coming year. Just think about what that means. There were going to be thousands of students who were just about able to afford to go to private school. Maybe there's a family with more than one child at private school. They're going to be thinking to themselves, can I still afford to send my child to this school? All of these extra costs? Because it's very unlikely those schools are going to be swallowing that VAT cost themselves. As a result of that, there are students being pulled out of private schools left, right and centre, and those numbers are going to continue to hemorrhage. But the money is still there. Those parents will still want a good quality education for their children, and they're prepared to pay for it because they're paying for private school. But if they can't afford to send their children to a private school, what's the alternative? Well, I'm looking right at it. If we take a look at Google Trends, we can see that search for tutors has gone up massively since 2016, each high hitting 100%, and even in the off-peak season when it dips, each dip is higher than the one before it, showing an upward trend, which is fantastic news for tutors. So the opportunity is just going to skyrocket moving forward. Now, according to Fortune Business Insights, the tuition business is going to double within the next 8 years. Last year, the value of tuition was 45 billion worldwide. In the UK, we had about 2.6 billion of that in private tuition alone. Now, that's not taking into consideration the pupil premium costs as well that are paid by the government. So then you think about this year, from 45, it's gone up to 48 billion. That's quite a huge leap in a single year. Now, in 2032, 8 years from now, it's set to be over 100 billion pounds worldwide, and you can expect to see a great proportion of that in the UK market. So what does this mean? The pie is going to be huge, and there's plenty